Hello, everybody. What are the 10 most things that Americans want to splurge on this upcoming year after the pandemic? Let's find out. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Michigan Living. Here we're going to be talking about what most Americans and stuff that really want to splurge on in this upcoming year. Let's talk about it. All right. The Roaring Twenties are just around the corner if for 7 in 10 Americans who plan to go all out with their finances in the coming years by enjoying what they missed out on in the last 2 years. A survey of 2,000 adults found 70% are looking to have more fun with their finances over the next decade, with 84% believing those plans to spend more freely are due to having built a financial safety net during the pandemic. 59% of Gen Zers ages 18 to 24 are more likely to enjoy their money in the coming years, compared to 45% of millennials between ages 25 and 40, and 25% of Gen Xers 41 to 56. On the other hand, 36% of boomers, 57 plus, plan to stick to a very tight budget while still enjoying themselves by spending some of their money. When it comes to emergency funds, those close to 3/4 or 73% have a savings account set up for when they need it most, with an average of $3,816 in it. Commissioned by Allant Credit Union and conducted by one poll, the survey revealed 77% of millennials have retooled their budgets since the pandemic began, as compared to an average of 72% of all generations. A third of those polled, 31%, prefer spending money on experiences, and a quarter, 25%, on material things. Over the last decade, respondents want to spend more money on 1. Traveling. 44% want to travel more. 2. Home goods and decor. A lot of people and stuff that like to be able, especially since in my experience, a lot more people who are wanting to stay in their homes if they can, are generally instead of wanting, all of a sudden because of the pandemic, they start to be able to know, oh, I really, really need this in my house now. Especially for those that are actually now staying at home and working from there. Of course, a lot of times, however, they have to contact a realtor like myself, and then we go hunting for a house that will be able to get them exactly what they're looking for, just in case if something else also happens, they can be much more prepared for it. And one that might also be able to have an actual office area or etc. where they can be able to work much more comfortably at home. 3. Consumer electronics. 38% would like to be able to get and buy more electronics for their homes. 4. Restaurants. 37% of them would really like to be able to spend money and be able to go out instead of just eating at their house now. 5 is groceries. That's pretty up there, and so that pretty much the exact same amount of people and so that are wanting to be able to cook their own foods compared to being able to just go out and be able to have a dining experience. That's pretty interesting. Although I have noticed that also is that there's a lot more of my clients and so that are wanting bigger kitchens. They want more areas and stuff like that so that can be able to cook much more extravagant meals and just basically enjoy being able to cook in the house. 37% for clothing for number 6, so that you can be able to look good. Also, there's a lot of people and stuff that are interested in live entertainment. I have to admit, and some of that, I do enjoy myself some plays and musicals on occasion. And, um, you know, of course, I also get a lot of that from, Dodge Park, where of course during the summers and stuff, you can be able to. Well, I can even hear the rock concerts from my house from Dodge Park. So I'm a little spoiled. Shoes. Okay, a lot more people want to be able to spend money on shoes. Museum exhibits. That you can pretty much be able to do for free for the most part. I don't understand the museum exhibits part because if you know a lot of stuff, especially Michigan or wherever, you can be able to go to the Detroit Institute of Arts, especially on a Sunday, where you can be able to get vast discount or even just be able to go in for free. So it doesn't even cost you anything to be able to do. They do have a bunch of specials and a bunch of things going on year by year, and it changes up a little bit, especially if they have a very special exhibit. Then it might cost you a little bit in order to be able to get in, but it's usually really cheap to be able to get in on Sundays. Check out the Detroit Institute of Arts in order to be able to see and stuff about what's going on. They might even have specials during the rest of the work week. Check out the website in order to be able to see, or even give them a call and find out. The last couple of years have helped us all realize that what we value most, said Director Chris Moore of Alliant Credit Union. Saving for retirement and a rainy day is incredibly important, but so is spending money on the things that bring you joy each day. As long as you realistically budget for it, you can truly enjoy spending money on that next vacation or new gadget, she added. Still, the majority believe that with great fun comes great responsibility. 4 in 5 of respondents are careful with their finances, with 73% of people regularly following a monthly budget. Of all generations, Gen Xers describe themselves as the most cautious with their finances, 87%. Compared to seniors over 76, 84%. Boomers at 83%, millennials at 78%, and Gen Z is at 76%. Many respondents even use spreadsheets, 45% of the time, and budgeting apps, 38% of the time, to help them stay on top of purchases. Every successful budget needs a fun spending category, assures Moore. The key is to set realistic saving goals and budget accordingly so that you know exactly how much you can spend on the things you love. And it's okay to adjust your budget each month to spend extra on the experiences for which you've been missing out. Will you indulge in the Roaring 2020s? Tell us in the comments. Me too. I'd like to know and stuff what you plan on doing and stuff for the next year. Unfortunately for me and some of that, being somebody who works all the time, I only really for the next year I only have one major vacation planned, to Traverse City, but it's also for work as well. I mean, we all need to write off our little vacations, don't we? But so far and stuff, that's what I got planned and stuff is just one, week in August, for Traverse City. I'm sure that there's, with things that are going to be opening up and more information coming in and different things that can go on. I'm sure that there's, where I can, and so that I'll try to splurge and, go somewhere, of course, being a parent, a lot depends, what the kid's going on and what's happening, etc. The fun times of being a parent. Alrighty, everybody, and so that if you want Svet, put it in the comments and stuff about what you plan on doing for this upcoming year, vacations or buying a new house, trying to finance a new car or shoes. If you're trying to be able to buy new shoes because you feel that you haven't been able to do that in a while, all the power to you. If you're going to be doing a massive home improvement, You could, before the interest rates start really going up and stuff, you could always try to refinance so that you can be able, if you're going to be staying, so that you can be able to live even more comfortably while the interest rates are lower. There are different things you can be able to do. All right. If it comes down to trying to be able to refinance, please contact a finance person who can be able to help you out with that. All right. And then see if it's, if it's actually, worth your while. It might not be, or it might. It all depends. You never know until you ask. Remember, the answer is always no unless you ask. All right? All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Put everything in the comments and so on. Let's see what everyone's going to be doing this year. All right. You have a great one. Talk to you in the next video. Bye.